Yo, what's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are, this is not Carlos Matos, even though I sounded like it there at the beginning. This is Dale. You're listening to Good Morning Bitcoin. Episode 2 in the books. Hopefully you like the first episode. I'm always joined with my man, my right-hand man, LD.
Good morning.
What's going on?
Just drinking some coffee, ready to talk about crypto.
How many cups are you in deep?
Again, it's 4.
That's that special number. You just gotta have
It is.
4.
Yeah, and by this time, I've had 4.
It's crazy. That's crazy. That's awesome though.
Yeah. How about you?
Still 2. I'm working on my second.
Okay.
Hopefully it lasts me until the end of the episode.
I hope so. You're gonna need it.
Otherwise, we could have some problems.
Probably so.
So today's Tuesday, August 25th. For those that don't know, it could be the afternoon for you, morning for us. That's when we release these and record these. So I asked a question yesterday on Twitter. LD, I want your input on this.
Sure.
This is before we dive into some stories.
Okay.
I think I know your answer, but is it too early to start listening to Christmas music?
Absolutely.
No,
Yes.
It's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
Go on.
Are you serious? You're listening to Christmas music right now in August?
So here's the story. I was driving from home or driving to the office from an appointment, and I had my phone on, and it was just shuffling music, and "Oh Holy Night" by Johnny Mathis came on, and that's one of my all-time favorite Christmas songs.
It's a good one.
So I listened to it, not like I sought out Christmas music.
Sure.
But if that song comes on, I don't care if it's, May.
Yeah.
Or March, February. I'm listening.
It's a classic.
It's one of the best Christmas songs.
It actually is my favorite Christmas song. So I give you a pass. I understand.
All right.
I
now
it's
a different story.
Version.
Yeah. You like what?
Yeah. The Nat King Cole version.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to download this.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's done it. It's one of those standards.
It is. I also don't mind the Carrie version or Carrie Underwood version or the Josh Groban.
I'm unfamiliar with both of those versions, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, you do those two. I'm going to listen to the Nat
King Cole.
Nat King Cole was a very old soul. That just felt right. Sorry. That just felt good.
Yeah. Some kind of old nursery rhyme. I remember that.
Okay, funny thing too before we dive in. So last night, yesterday afternoon, I don't know if you saw the tweet, I was about ready to capitulate on my flow bag.
Okay.
And I ran the transaction on Uniswap, walked away, going back to my nightly routine, get a notification on my phone. Like, I didn't check this until 30, 40 minutes later, but the transaction failed.
Ooh.
And I was trying to sell it like, I don't know, let's see, probably like 65 cents maybe.
Yeah.
And then when I checked that, it was at 80 cents. So I was like, oh, nice. So I held on to it. So
yeah, that's nice. That's a big win.
Yeah. All because of, we always complain about the failed transactions.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice to see a W out of it.
Yeah. Nice work.
Yeah.
Think you can do it again?
No. I don't think it'll ever happen. I'm sure it's gonna. That was probably my moment to shine.
Sure.
And then I didn't capture it.
Yeah.
And I refuse to look at charts before 8 in the morning.
Oh yeah, you can't. Way too early.
No one. I can't handle that. I got to be 4 cups deep.
Yeah, that's a good number for it. So I want to start. If you don't mind, we can move on and talk about a little pet peeve of mine.
Sure.
This one has to do with Twitter and this blockchain industry that we're in. I was scrolling through my timeline yesterday and I came across this series of tweets from an exchange called 1inch. Have you heard of this? 1inch?
No, I don't think I have. For those, it's the number 1 and then inch.
Yeah. Terrible name. I don't know.
Horrible. It must be resembling something. Has to be.
It has to be. In any case, they compete with Uniswap. So you swap tokens there. And we discussed that on the show yesterday.
Yep.
Anyway, I saw this series of tweets with this exchange who's going back and forth with a well-known person in the DeFi space, and they were kind of bickering, and it reminded me of this problem that we've had in the space for years, this problem where the face of a development project, or in this case, an exchange, is a developer of some kind or someone who has no business being the public mouthpiece for a project.
Yes.
And they're just out there on Twitter talking to people as if they're talking from their own personal account. And it ends
Terrible.
up being really embarrassing for everyone involved. And even though it's sometimes funny, I'm over it. I want it to stop. I don't want to see it happen anymore.
Yeah,
This
and
particular story, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and I think that there is a fine line, and I think there's people that respect those accounts that tweet like that. But for me, and I could get beat up for this, and I don't care. But the space is trying to become, mainstream maybe, and for it to do that, we can't have stuff like that happening.
Yeah.
And I know like the Wendy's account and McDonald's Twitter account sometimes interact like that, but for the most part, I think you got to keep it professional.
Yeah, I think so too. And there's a difference between those types of accounts where they're intentionally trying to make you laugh.
Yeah, that's true.
They've got someone writing those tweets that's clever and funny, and it's for engagement and it works. But these are just these are tweets from projects or brands that I don't know. It comes across as if they don't know what they're doing. And I agree with you. It needs to look a little more professional.
Yeah. Speaking of professionalism, there's been this development in the last 24 hours on this gentleman named Ivan on Tech. He runs this paid group, I believe, and it was come to, I think, is it 4chan or Reddit's attention that he has this new project called Altcoin Secret Report, where you can get a discounted subscription for $2,500, and in return he gives you a weekly call out on some, quote unquote moonshot gems.
$2,500.
$2,500. Yeah.
Okay.
Discounted though. It's a discounted subscription.
That's a discount. Okay.
Come on. $2,500. You get a discount on it. It's pretty sweet, right?
Yeah, that's a great deal.
So someone was, yeah, it's crazy. Someone was digging through the Etherscan on the Uniswap, and they noticed that on this call that he did, there were some wallets that were doing some heavy buying on this 15 minutes before his call.
Okay.
So
I know where this is going.
Yeah. So basically, appears like a pump and dump. He's gonna buy these, and then this group is gonna get dumped on.
Yeah.
So supposedly he came out and said there was a bug in his newsletter. Someone hacked it, got access to it, and they bought they bought it. And then he's chirping at people on Twitter under this post that he said he needs to address this. He's personally sorry. 7 people, due to a bug, saw this before it was released. They bought XFT and then dumped. I saw Gainsey was busting his balls.
Yeah.
It's
a likely story, right?
Yeah, it stinks a lot. Like, everyone always makes fun that they got when they talk about the IRS, they talk about getting hacked or, getting in an accident and losing their hardware wallet, just stuff like that, joking around. That's what this seems like to me.
Yeah, totally. So seven people got a hold of the information. That's the story. I wonder if all 7 of those people, all 7 of those wallets were actually his.
Oh, his or his buddies.
No, definitely his buddies. Yeah.
Someone actually busted it. And that's the incredible thing about this space is there's some super intelligent people. So there's going to be people that are, able to do some research and find some things out.
Yeah.
So just always be careful and don't be a dirtbag.
Yeah. Totally. And we've seen this guy in the space before. Not necessarily this type of story, but there's a reputation there of the types of ways he promotes projects and stuff. So,
It's
and the scene's
depressing.
been full of these guys for as long as I've been in it. Like it's nothing really new. Unfortunately, just one of those things we continue to have to deal with.
And it seems like these types of people um, are really, really shine through in the bull market.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. They just it's their time to shine for sure. I wish it was my time to shine with some of this new stuff that's coming out, though. I'm playing a little bit behind the curve with some of this new technology at play.
uh-huh.
Big problem that I've had in the current market um, surrounds my ability to research these new projects and understand the new tech at play and participate in it at the same time. And yield farming is one of those things. I haven't really been able to participate yet. Like I said, I'm playing behind the curve. I'm doing well to just find out about projects I want to invest in, and then the other side of me is a little bit of a gambler and loves Uniswap and just throwing Ethereum at whatever
Yeah.
is the latest scam. And so the bottom line really is that the whole bullish market here caught me by surprise, and I'm playing catch up in terms of yield farming. What
Yeah.
about you? Or you live in
Yeah.
Iowa? You're kind of a farmer.
Yeah, that's what I've been tagged multiple times by people that, there'll be a post about yield farming, and then they're
Yeah.
like, Crypto Dale's the real yield farmer.
Right. Tweet
To be
pictures of
complete,
tractors and stuff.
yeah, yeah. To be completely honest, I don't know a ton about it either. It's, in this space, there's always, in my opinion, there's things that, this just goes back to one of my, back in 17, when I was pretty new, I was talking with Jebus, whatever. He's an OG, been around forever. And I just kind of asked him, what he would recommend to new people like me. And he said, and I'll always remember this. He said, find a group of guys that you get along with, and you guys, essentially stick together and always bounce ideas off each other, stuff like that. So that plays true to today. There's people that enjoy the yield farming aspect, so they're going to dive in, and then there's people like myself that love the privacy coin aspect. So, maybe be an expert in that area, but you can't really be an expert in all the areas because there's just so much stuff. And this is, again, why it's very important to get a group of people that you enjoy, people that are intelligent. In all the groups that I'm in, I'm probably the least intelligent person, and I'm okay with that. Like LD, we've got Gucci Gang that we are always talking and bouncing ideas off of, and
yeah.
we've
I don't
gotten
know
some
where
good
I'd be
calls out
without
of there.
those guys.
That's right. That's exactly right. And
I learned so much.
Basically all of us go back to 2017.
Right.
That's when we all kind of met, and we've been hammering at it since. And even during the bear market, we weren't really talking much about crypto, but we were just staying alive, basically.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I'm definitely behind the curve, but I've got some close associates that are really smart in that aspect. So I'm basically, I'll just take their word for some of the stuff that they do. And I'm not that dick that if they say something that ends up tanking, that I'm going to say, hey, you called this,
Right.
I want my 2 Ethereum back. Like,
yeah,
that's your own risk. That's on you. So
yeah, I'm the same way. And you might need to connect me with some of those people who know a lot about yield farming, because I do want to understand it. I do want to participate. I'm just putting my attention elsewhere.
Yeah. That's kind of been my thought process behind this whole yield farming, which, it's kind of funny too. One thing I think that we've seen really spring up in this is the food tokens.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's cycles on this, on the Uniswap. Like first there was just regular stuff that, deflationary tokens and stuff like that. And now it seems that there's food tokens. I know there's Chop. There's just a shit ton. Basically, you think of any food and it's out there. But, I think a lot of these are meme tokens. I don't know if a lot of them really do anything. I do think that the one that I really like is Tendy's 10 token. I think though the creators of that are genius because they've got a meme name on it, but it actually is pretty cool if you dive into the tech. And I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to sound like a complete idiot and state wrong stuff.
I'll do my own research.
Yeah. And those that are listening should also, but I don't know if a lot of them have true value. I don't know what's your take on it.
Yeah, I don't know too much about what they do either, and that's the case with a lot of the shit coins, right? Like, do they do anything? We never really know, and
Right.
we more often than not we don't end up finding out when they fade away. But I think the whole idea of the food tokens is pretty cool. I think it's a useful metaphor, especially as far as yield farming goes. We had yams pop up.
Yeah, that's right.
Last week or the week before, I can't remember, and I think it's faded away now. I'm not sure what happened to it, but at the time it made kind of sense, yams and yield farming. But I think the metaphors like that are useful for us in this space to understand what's happening and to bring in new people. Who doesn't love taco token? If you're new and you're coming in and you see this stuff about food that you like, maybe that's where you put your energy, is trying to understand what, if anything, these tokens do. And
would you buy burrito token?
I would never in a million years buy burrito token. There's a taco token. Tacos are king. I'll buy the taco token for the rest of my life. It's just the way it is. That's the way it works, man. I hate burritos.
That's great. Love it. I love it.
So do you have some old bags from 2017 or 2018 that you've ignored?
No, I really don't.
Seriously?
No.
I do.
I've pretty much cut ties with most of those. I've got some old ones that I'm looking at, and one that I am actually really hot on. And LD, I'll tell you after we record this, but my bag's not packed, so I'm not going to shill it yet.
Got it.
But I do think that some of them are going to have their time to shine. However, I want to say with caution on these. Not everyone is like me, as you can tell. LD said he's still holding some. So I do want to proceed with caution. Do I think that these are going to rip to previous 2017 numbers? Price? Maybe. I don't, I doubt it on all of them because there's so many. But I just say with caution that there's a lot of old bag holders that are, bought the top or close to the top and are still holding that want to get rid of this shit. Yeah. So I would just proceed with caution with some of these old ones. But, what you're holding some still, you said?
Well, I have Gollum, and it was on a wallet that I'd forgotten about, and I rediscovered it.
Nice. That's always the best.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I just you randomly came across it, and it's like, oh, there's some Gollum in here. And I checked the price, and I was unimpressed, but then the market has shifted.
Yeah, it's up a little bit.
I've gone back to look at Gollum, and the price has changed. And if you can look at some of the other charts, a couple of others that have really been moving are Waves. Waves.
Algo.
Yeah, Algo. You is making a little move. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to hold on to my Gollum for a little while longer and see what happens. I agree with you. It's uncertain whether they're going to reach their all-time highs because 2017 was just so ridiculous.
Right.
So I'm not going to hold out for that, but I think that there's potential for some real movement as the entire market is doing well. So I'm going to see how it goes. I'm not going to sell it too soon.
Sit tight. Yeah, and it's nice to have some of them. Some of the old coins I think I might buy back into. And I'll say this one just because I don't care. It's not the one I'm going to talk to you about after the show, but Lux.
Lux, yeah.
It's always been a big baby of mine, but it's something I'll probably just kind of keep a close eye on. I know the team, well, some of the team members pretty well yet, so just going to kind of keep my eye on that. Cause
just throw like 1 or 2 BTC at it.
That's it. Just throw 1 or 2 BTCs at it. But I don't know. You
Smart
know,
investment.
one thing that's changed a lot from back from 2017. You remember when Coinbase announced coins that they are looking at?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So they came out. So what happened was they listed, and I don't remember the exact coin, but they listed some total shit coin, and then there was a lot of speculation within the community that it was basically insider trading. Because there was a pump and
Yeah.
then a mega pump. So that first pump shows to any knowledgeable trader that someone got word of this getting listed. So
Right.
ever since then, they've been a lot more transparent and said, here's what we're listing or looking at listing. Um, and they used to be so stringent on what they would add. I don't know what their criteria was specifically, but it just wasn't any random shitcoin that they were adding. And now it just seems like, I don't know if they're trying to keep up with like the Binances and the Bitfinexes or, the larger exchanges that they're trying to keep up with those. But, in my opinion, Coinbase is the on-ramp for, normal retail traders,
Hmm.
investors for crypto. So they've got that going for them. So I don't know why they feel they need to add all these total shit coins. But it just seems like to me they're losing some integrity with what they're listing.
Yeah. One of the tokens I think they listed recently, I believe, was around in 2017, 2018, and we knew it as a shitcoin. And it's still a shitcoin, but there it is on Coinbase 3 years later. It doesn't,
Yeah.
I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Of course, I'm not working for Coinbase. I don't know the ins and outs of how they pick what they're going to list.
Me
But from
neither.
an outsider's perspective, from my perspective, I look at things like that, just kind of, I don't know, I'm perplexed by what they're thinking. And it seems like it doesn't really matter anymore what they list. Like the hype beforehand when they put out a list of what they might
Yeah.
put on their exchange, I think that's a bigger deal
Uh-huh.
in the market. You can pull up the charts for what they might be listing and see that people are starting to buy and speculate. But then when it finally gets listed, the coins just kind of sit there. Um, and I could be wrong about that, but that was the last couple that I looked at. The hype around
Uh-huh.
the listing, was just
Yeah.
overdone.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know though. It's still going to be Coinbase, and the nice thing that they do have going for them is when these retail investors go in, it's kind of like race to be the lowest price coin because none of these new retail investors understand how price works with market cap, so they're going to see that I don't know,
Yeah.
say Ripple's out there and it's got I don't even know what the price is. It's 23 cents maybe. And they're like, "Oh, what if it goes to $2? I'll buy 100 of them." It's like, if for it to go to $2 again, it needs billions more dollars pumped into it. And
Right. Right.
and I don't have any of Ripple information up in front of me. I'm just using it as an example.
Sure.
So, I don't even is Ripple finally listed on Coinbase? I think it is, isn't it?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
either.
use Coinbase at all. I haven't needed to use Coinbase in a while. I
I
should
use
take
Cash
another
App.
look. Yeah.
So,
But Coinbase is where I started, man. That's where I bought my first Bitcoin, bought my first Ethereum.
me too.
And, you know, it, those are still the two biggest ones. And I got to be honest with you here in terms of what I pay attention to. It hurts me to say this, but I have no idea what Bitcoin is doing.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I
I'm
don't
spending
either.
so much time on Uniswap and with Ethereum, paying attention to the price of Ethereum. I have no idea
I'm gonna
what
make a bold
Bitcoin is.
prediction.
Let's do it. Let's hear it.
End of year. Well, I guess I should pull up before I make this bold prediction. I should pull Coin Market Cap and
Is
just
this
see.
I'm going to eat my own dick kind of prediction?
No, I'll never do that. I am gonna say maybe not within the next calendar year. I think I think Ethereum's gonna overtake Bitcoin in market cap.
Okay.
I think so.
Let's do it. I'm down.
And again, we talk about alt season a lot. And what I don't know if this is what you want to hear, LD, but I'm going to tell you anyways, my opinion on alt season.
Okay.
Are we in one now? Clearly. I mean, people are making massive amounts of money. Never feel like it's me, but people are. But for us to have an alt season to the size of the 17 alt season, 17, 18, we're going to need Bitcoin to get to 15, 17,000.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I think the media is going to start giving it some recognition. And then the new money is going to start pouring in. And then that's going to translate to kind of like us when we first got our first taste of alt season. We wanted more Bitcoin. So we're going to take our Bitcoin or Ethereum and we're going to turn that into alt plays to try to accumulate more Bitcoin and Ethereum. Mm-hmm. And that is when we're going to have the next huge alt season. And that will carry Bitcoin to a new all-time high and we will be running. So that's what I think is going to need to happen.
I love it. What's the timeline for this?
I think within the next calendar year.
Okay.
So,
man, I'm hyped. I'm ready.
I'm pretty excited. Not gonna lie. So, with that talk going on Bitcoin versus Ethereum right now, I think I made a tweet a week ago that I said I thought the Uniswap run was over. And I still think we're slowing down on that. Yeah. I think some of these mid caps are going to start to run. I think people will take and I was just talking to someone yesterday that they said they've basically 6x their entire portfolio. So they were asking me what they should do with their profit. And I just said, it's not a bad idea to take the profit, put it in Ethereum or Bitcoin, and then continue to play with what you originally started with, or 2 times your investment, or whatever was comfortable. Mm-hmm. And then, when the sign starts turning, then you can pump that back in. So I think you'll see Ethereum increase here in the next couple of weeks. I think you'll see Bitcoin also. But as far as Uniswap hype, I don't think it's over. I think people are just not blindly buying into random coins like they were at the first beginning. Yeah. I think there's a lot more scams and people are a little more subconscious of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. And I say that knowing full well that I'll get off this podcast and I will go through a couple of Ethereum. It's something I've never heard of.
Same.
And see if I get the rug pulled.
It's the rush, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Speaking of fun, we say speaking a lot. Fun and games time.
All
okay,
right.
So we're going to do a little something different tonight, LD.
Okay, let's hear it.
Not tonight, today, I guess. It's dark out, so I just assumed it's night. Okay, so I'm going to give you a scenario.
All right.
And you got to answer and play along here, okay?
Okay.
So you're flying a personal jet across the ocean. You are the pilot. You're the only one in it. Okay. It's a little 2-seat, 4-seater plane, so there's not much in it. Okay? It crashes in the ocean. You're only able to retrieve 3 items from said plane that's going to help you survive on an island that you see 100 yards away from you. Now, anything that is in the plane, that can fit in the plane, you can take with you. You only have room for 3 things, though. What are you going to take?
I'm going to take a survival knife.
Yep.
A raft.
Mm-hmm.
And some kind of water filtration purification system.
Oh, that's pretty solid. I mean, I don't know how you don't make it.
I'm going to live? You're telling me I'm going to live?
I think so.
I'm going to make it? Do I need a volleyball?
I think you'll find a volleyball wash up on shore. Yes. Okay. Maybe name it Wilson.
Build a big fire.
Huge fire.
Cut my teeth out. Ice skates.
Yeah, no kidding.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies. It's a good one.
Do you really?
Yeah, I like that one. I've always enjoyed survival stories of any kind.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what mine would be?
I do. Yeah. What are you taking?
So I actually had a rocket pack
Okay.
in the back. So I'm going to take that and just fly off the island.
Oh man, I knew that there was going to be some kind of trick.
No, I'm just kidding. For real though, I would do the knife, obviously. I didn't really think about this. I wouldn't do a raft because I would hope that I could build one with a raft or with a knife somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. A fishing pole, maybe.
Nice.
I
mean, it's tough. I said the raft because I could use it as it could double as some kind of shelter.
Sure.
I could use it if I could like catch rainwater. I don't know.
Smart. I might change mine to a raft because of
or I can get in it and row away. I don't know. Hopefully, I'll never have to find out.
Yeah, hopefully. Also, there. Well, folks, you know what? I'm gonna end with a little positive to help you kick off this Tuesday. So, LD, tell me if I'm stupid, but if you want something, go get it. No one's gonna help you. Just go get it. Do your shit. Do your damage. Capture the day. It's Tuesday. We're almost to Friday. One day closer. So for LD and Dale, peace out. Have a good day. What did I say yesterday?
Tip your waitress.
Tip your waitress. Don't eat beans for breakfast. All right. See you guys. Thanks for listening. Remember to check us out. Twitter. It's GM_Bitcoin. Good morning, Bitcoin. For LD and I. Have a great morning. Take care, guys. We'll talk to you later.